I'm Faisal Al-Istarabadi. I am founding director of the Indiana University Center for the Study of the Middle East. I'm a former Iraqi ambassador to the United Nations. Unfortunately, collectively, I don't mean individuals, of course, but collectively as a class, the Iraqi political class has not has failed to engender institutions of government, institutions of state, which unfortunately were dismantled when the Americans arrived in Iraq in 2003. It is collectively corrupt and has not demonstrated competence in governance, not demonstrated an ability to govern a country such as Iraq. And this, I think, has been demonstrated in the various outbursts of violence that have occurred in the country and the inability of the political class collectively to pass certain legislation that should be routine for Iraq, for a country like Iraq. So unfortunately, I'm not particularly optimistic about the political class collectively. I think if one has room for optimism, it's for the people of Iraq collectively, from throughout the country, whether from Basra, Baghdad, Mosul, Slemania, Erbil, or Duhok. It's the people of Iraq I am optimistic about, not the political class. I'm very concerned about Iranian influence. I'm also concerned about the influence of other countries, regional countries in Iraq. Too many of the Iraqi political class tend to be very close, too close in my opinion, to foreign powers, be they Turkey or Iran or Saudi Arabia. And I think the people of Iraq are entitled to a political class that is focused on Iraq and the needs of Iraqis. The popular mobilization fronts, I think, are a problem which is not unique to the PMFs themselves. We have even the popular mobilization fronts, the threat that they represent, I think, to the Iraqi state is the possibility of beginning to behave like a Hezbollah, as Hezbollah behaves in Lebanon. Both, that is to say, having representatives in the government while at the same time acting as a force outside of state control. But the truth is, this is not just a problem of the PMFs, even to a significant extent. In Iraqi Kurdistan, the Peshmerga has not been unified. It is not under a unified Peshmerga ministry command, under a unified command structure, which is to say that the party structure of the Peshmerga has not been dismantled. They have not been truly integrated as a national guard, which is what the Iraqi constitution assumed they would become. So it's a problem that's endemic throughout Iraq again, and one that the political class really needs to make a priority for resolving. I'm very much afraid that if the Americans withdraw from the Iranian nuclear deal, the JCPOA, that one of the places where Iran can respond is in Iraq. There are other places that it can respond. So it's important that Iraq not be expected to join some sort of an effort against Iran. Iraq is very delicately poised between three currently much stronger neighbors, Iran, Turkey, and Saudi Arabia. And the only path to peace within Iraq and a peaceful existence in Iraq and development, economic development, institutional development, etc., is by balancing its relationship with Iran, Saudi Arabia, and Turkey, and not allowing itself to be drawn into a larger regional dispute. Iraq needs to remain neutral.